Previously, on the Dragon Herald, the Cardinal should be deprived of her accursed brainwashing magic, now that you have slain the man responsible for our suffering. I will warn you, however, that I intend to finish her off myself if I encounter her first. If that is what you want, so be it, as long as you do not put any of the others at risk. We'll part here, then. Happy hunting! So, you have come so far in your attempt to uproot Various. I must applaud the depths of your treachery, Herald. Cardinal, where are you hiding? The magic of this keep allows me to see all that goes on within. You were mistaken to have come to face me personally. Why don't you come out and fight us, and show me just what sort of mistake I have made? What fantastic magic this keep has that I can even hear the dead speak. Come then, try and reach me before my troops converge from behind. It would set my heart at ease to personally eliminate you traitors. Up ahead there are some thrones. There may be switches upon them to guide the way forward. You should have someone sit on them. Interesting. We will coordinate then. Do not dare die before I'm given the chance for my revenge. Thank you, Shozo. I do not think I would have made it as far as this without your help. We can exchange such pleasantries after we finish the task ahead. Then let us go forth and be done with this ordeal, once and for all. Okay, so what I'm going to do is put Hartman here. The Templars are too weak then. No matter. With my light magic, which stands above even the 3 heavenly tomes, I will obliterate you all until not even ashes remain. And then Eshima's equipment changes. She gets Aurelian B, grants +5 luck defense resistance. And now we can actually dance for Hartman. We don't have to worry about siege tome attacks anymore, but we can get going. And everyone's gonna move, pretty much. We do want to clear out this space here to make sure that we're not getting attacked on the way over to her area, I guess, if you want to call it that. But you do also want to, you know, be sure that we can actually get there before we get swarmed by reinforcements. Fortunately, it's not that far of a walk. We'll just have you finish this guy off. Thank you. You have a light brand and a silver sword. You have a spear and a silver blade, right? Let's just... you don't reach. Okay. Let's go here. Dabha you. There we go. HP, power, skill, and defense. Neat. This is going a lot better than my first attempt, I'll tell you that. Guessing this is not a good idea. Yeah, it's not. Let's not do that. It's okay, we'll just... Well, your speed is 20 and Myron's is 21. He's not weighed down by Flux. But you are also not weighed down. Okay, that's fine. Myron can take 1 light brand hit, if need be. Now we're gonna just move our guys this way. Well, you do want to move them in a specific way, because these guys get in the way, and we need to kill them. They don't move, fortunately. So, what we can do is just bonk them with free range attacks from the corners of the map, essentially. But let's go here. 2 or 3 range attacks are fine, actually. But basically the goal is to pile into this room now. But certain units take precedence over others, to be clear. Because we do need to do a wonderful attack. Let's get you over here. Get Yo here. Move Ira here. Laguna can go safely to here. And we deal with these guys coming up towards us. Okay, it's fine. And more reinforcements. Yeah, they come from there too now. So that's cool. I'm gonna move Borgen over here. I think I just blocked a reinforcement, actually. No, this line's supposed to appear where Lorelei is, actually. Never mind. Alright, so I'm gonna put Hartman here. Have Lorelei dance for him. Rescue Lorelei. Move off to here. Use Dietrich to drop her. And just wait there. Let's deal with these guys if we can. Lightbrand, Silverbow, Lightbrand. Okay. You know what? Let's just run away from them. We can do that. For now. That's fine. This is 1-3, so don't want to move there. Unless we really want to push our luck, which, frankly, I don't, considering. So we'll put Alto there. Move Brainor. Get mutes here. No, not mutes. We need people who can attack from the corners. Rona. Shozo. Bonewalker can move down. Yeah. Let's get Nathan over to here. And Chris. And Yo is safe. And Shuko. And Victor. And these guys are gonna hang back for a bit too. Let's get Elise to go here for now with the spear equipped. You have 22 speed, you have 20. Spear weighs you down by 1, right? No, it doesn't actually. It's 0. Alright, go here for now. And we'll just wait with these guys. Laguna can move up. We can actually make sure that Horus is topped off. And that's it for this turn. Watching all these guys move is going to take a while. That's okay. We can wreck those 3 rangers pretty soon if we want to. It's a Sword Master coming up from behind Shozo that's kind of worrisome. More people. And Valkyries. Gonna stand there with the Bonewalker. Deal with these guys now. While probably start working on picking off these guys standing in the wings here. So let's do that. And line up a couple more people to take those corners as Alto and Nathan step in further back. We could go for a cheeky silence of one of these guys, I guess, because nothing else to do at this point. Of course we miss. It's a 4% chance. Why would it hit? Now, Rona can easily Alcade you. Shozo, I can't double you, unfortunately. Damage taken is kind of hefty, but if you stay with Nosferatu, it'll be fine. I do want to eliminate these these paladins, though, so let's see about that. Start with this on that side. And Horus can hang out here in range of Carmichael for support reasons. Right, we gotta deal with this stuff. So, we kill these 4 guys somehow. We don't have to worry about killing the disciples until next turn. So let's do that. How far does the Lorelei dance? Okay, if you do this, this is one shot. Dance for you to get more cavalry people killed. Like so. HP, skill, and speed. Neat. Now we just have to finish off these guys. 17 damage. Merak might crit. Nice. HP, power, and res. Okay. Move you over here. Doesn't quite kill, but Myron can probably do it. There we go. Excellent, excellent stuff. This disciple, or renegade rather, has encroach and aura. You may want to bait that one carefully. Fortunately, he goes all the way over here with a barrier now. What if we... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8... Gave it to Samantha. Let's try that. Alternatively... Well, 35 power with encroach. Times 2. For sure. 15. It would kill if we don't heal her, so let's maybe not do that. Math is hard. Let's see. We kill this guy first. There we go. We can have Shozo onto that side for now. Although these guys are going to be an issue later. Yeah, can't quite do that. Although we can finish this guy off if we're willing to sacrifice Shuko, which I don't really want to. So let's just put Shuko... if he goes here, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Shuko here for now. Just wait for them to come to us. We'll deal with them with free range attackers. It's probably for the best. Just get you guys out of range for now. Make sure you're topped off. What else? Youth is probably gonna have to help with the Valkyries. Same with Ira. She has the Zambato equipped. Fours can go in. Might not come out, but he can certainly go in. And we don't have to do anything there. Just wait. Okay, here comes the 3 disciples. More reinforcements here. Even more of them. Valkyrie's attacking the Bonewalker. Critical hit. Okay. Horus is gonna have some trouble, I think. Might want to send someone to help that side a little bit. Okay. Oh boy. Yep, alright then. Let's move Nathan back. Work on this guy a little bit. Probably put Yo here. Kill this general. Okay, we have a little bit more space to move around in this room now. Also can shoot this Stored Master. Chris can hopefully finish off this hero. Oh. Okay, good crit, good crit. Skill, speed, defense, and resistance. Alright. Alright, now there's plenty of space around. We need to focus on killing the boss as soon as possible. So to do that, I have an idea. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Well. Let's put you here for now. Let's move Taiga over here for now. Put Raynor over here. Dance for Hartman. Ors can go out. Well, let's have this happen first. Not good enough. If we have at least kill this guy. Nice. Move 4s out here for now. Get Shozo over to this to help. Like so. For now, if we just... Well, Sword Slayer might work for that. Not for the Rune Sword guy coming up. Let's just go here for now, shoot this guy. Move back these two. 26. 19. Doesn't get doubled. Let's put mute here for now. Should keep the Shamshir. We'll just keep Vulnerary up. Top ourselves off a little bit. We'll just keep the Hatchet on and the Elixir up. Now, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Can't quite do it that next turn, but the turn after, we can do it. 1, 2, 3, stand here. Can use you to kill this guy. Silver Axe and a Sword Reaver. Well, we move back this guy to here for now. Laguna can do at least 10 to this guy. 15, okay. Then let's try to hit first with Myron. Wonderful. Easy peasy. There'll be more disciples to deal with later, but for now this is acceptable. Because by the time we have to deal with them, we'll probably have Eshima at least nearly dead, if not completely dead. Just wait for that paladin to come to Carmichael. Samantha. Might just move you up so we can Polaris later. Now let's just physic somebody, maybe. Borgin probably needs it the most, since he's going to handle some cavalry reinforcements next turn. Carmichael can just use his elixir, it's fine. I don't think it's going to take 3 more turns. Okay, 3 disciples. The Rangers are moving up, as expected. Horus is not doing too good. Okay, well, Mute can hang on there for a bit. Maybe? Okay, that's something at least. Okay, we have these guys coming in. Yeah, yep. I'll just put Braynor here. Let's continue dealing with these guys. If we can. Okay. Okay. Alright, so we gotta kill a couple of these guys with Borgin. 1. And then... let's go after this paladin, who's further. And Myron, well, Theodric can start off attacking this guy. Damn it, okay. Release. Great. Just power for you, alright. And then we can go for a somewhat reliable hit here. There we go. HP, skill, speed, luck, defense. Pretty good stuff. Do that from there. This side is really struggling the most because these Valkyries. Oh boy, this is not really it's kind of a Hobson's choice there. Let's just go for this. HP, power, and res, alright. Not good enough. Let's have Rona arcade you. Put Horus here. Yeah, here for now. Looks her up. Carmichael can kill one of you guys. Oh boy, that's it's definitely a decision I can make. And this is probably not any much better. Yeah, Taiga just dies. Oh, those options are good except for this, really. Let's try this. Finish you off. This Sword Master is now a threat to a lot of people now. And can't quite kill him, but we can do this. But how does Taiga do here? Not awfully. Taiga can stand here, or even better, Carmichael, where Carmichael is. We'll just Brave Lance you to death. Taiga will stand here with a hand axe equipped. And let's move Hato out of the way. We can just wait here in case the forward becomes useful for some reason. Put Shuko here. And no point trying to silence Eshima. I kind of wonder how she does if she's just right up next to her. Probably not well. Yeah. Figures. There's nothing else to really do yet. Just end turn for now and see what happens with the Swordmaster. Yeah. ... I'm so sorry I can't help you any longer. Yeah. I'm guessing Mute and Shozo have some sort of paired ending, but I can't get it now. Mute was always kind of underwhelming as a character, or as a unit rather. Just because her low defense made her very unreliable for killing anything but a mage, and only even once in a while. But that's okay, I think we'll finish it next turn. Yeah, because what we're gonna do is make another state and see how this works. My plan for saving most of the characters in this game is as follows. Hartman's gonna just chill here. Let's see. Let's have Hartman do the honors. Let's put Victor here. Branor here. And Hartman here. And just turn on animations. Because we're now fighting the final boss. Bask before the majesty of my magic. Witness the true power of the dragon faith. Oh boy. Sorry, Artman. But you were a traitor in the end, so... See you later. My duty ends here. Alto. Is it 14? 0, of course. 6. I guess this would be fitting. I hope you have prepared yourself. How did you get so far? Was the mercenary I sent with you too competent? Did you have some backer within Raudel I'd missed? Your continued existence is an anomaly, Herald. It is almost as if I could see one step into the future. As if I could know things I should not know at all. Cardinal, even if you have cast aside the teachings, you must already know the answer to your question. You must be joking. There's no way. Believe what you wish. As the Herald, I must now do my final duty, and bring peace to the land once more. All that I have done. Speak no longer. History will not remember your parting words. Damn you. Fitting. It can't be. The Cardinal is slain. The Varian army is right at our doorstep, too. There's no choice. Templars, lay down your arms. You can only hope for the mercy of the victor, the true herald. Everyone, the battle is over. Capture those who have surrendered, but do not take their lives. Well, I believe it is about time we return home and never do this again. Always such a way with words, my liege. I am still amazed you came out here yourself, Sage King. Prowess and magic is useless if you, well, don't use it, wouldn't you say? I'm not so sure about that. In any case, I'd like to be given leave to return to my research now. Yes, of course. Before that, haven't we an introduction to make for the Sage King? Alright, you can come over. Hello. Cassie, this is Sage King Borgin. He rules over Folga, the country where you and the others will be living. Oh, excuse me. Hello, your majesty. Please, Myron, I finally have a subject that will just call me Borgin, and you have to go and ruin it all? Decorum is important, my liege. Respect for you is important. Respect for you is respect for Folga. The same for disrespect. Yes. In any case, it is good to meet you. Myron will handle the specifics of your relocation. So in the meantime, let's clear out before any more mad swordsmen dash out at us. Are all of your jobs always so exciting? I hope you're joking, Lili. I would be dead if that were the case. No, take that one over there. I think that tome is magic. She's actually looting the place. Busy looting already, are we? Oh, hush, Ludo. You have a big fancy territory to return to now, don't you? I suppose I have no choice, although I have fled from it for far too long now. It is my duty to guide my people. I don't suppose you're looking for a new captain of the guard. Maybe a court dancer, too? You really shouldn't bother him so much, Rona. No, it is quite alright. Actually, I believe I will take you up on your offer. Wait, you're serious? The two of you are both quite competent. It would be a loss to see you retire so early. I'll have to think about that one. How many years can I spend doing nothing if I cash out now, you think? A good number, but then you'd have to work again when you were old. Obviously, that's not much of an option for me unless I teach dance. I'll give this some thought and let you know. Yoo-hoo, I hear someone here is recruiting for some work. I'm also spoiling for the next fight now that this is all over. Well, the Pegasus mercenary I could use. Don't know what I'd do with a thief, though. You wound me. While I did mostly use my fingers this time around, my main asset is my winning personality. Someone who's about to be important will need a way to gain connections. Maybe hear things that he shouldn't? Ah, I think I see what you mean. I've heard some lords make use of thieves as their spies, so I will take that into consideration. First, though, I will need to see if you have ever committed any offenses in the area I'll be taking over. I think I see some enemy soldiers that need to be secured over there. I think I have some work for you. Please shadow her for a while and see if she's going to be troublesome. I can answer that one already, but I'll do as you say. Just make sure my next task has more fighting. Perhaps being a mercenary has colored my idea of what a retainer should be. I hope I don't make a mess of things. I was thinking this in the battle, but I recognize you, do I not? Perhaps you have heard tales of my great deeds, or rumors of the holy power sealed within me. No, it is something else. Your face, perhaps. I believe you are quite mistaken. I am told often that many have a similar face to my own. Is that so? Well, if you insist, I'll go check on the kobolds. Please, let the Herald know that I have left to do so. Are you sure that was okay? It's fine. I am but a wandering cleric with no attachments. I seek naught but peace and justice for all. Well, I'm sure there'll be a lot of healing to do while things settle. We could spread our legend a little here before going back home. I shall bring back our tales of glory to the clan. Ah, Alto. You are a member of a warrior tribe with secret techniques and all, right? I told her a little about the Wygars. You do have some teachings, mostly to swing an axe or draw a bow faster. Excellent. I would much like to test my sacred powers against you one day. If we judge you to be strong, I would welcome you in combat. Oh boy, this isn't going to end well. And that's all that's transpired. Be sure to let the General know as soon as possible. The Herald doesn't seem the power-hungry type. But, well, there's a power vacuum now, whether she likes it or not. We'll have to be prepared to maintain order and keep Various unified. Yes, sir. I'll relay the information. Is there anything else? No, that will be... Ah, there is one thing. I hear that there will be some festivities planned by the Herald's men soon. Tell the General that I will be gathering information during that time. No, spy type. And the day after. Of course, sir. Kid thinks she can waltz in and fix Various by cutting people in half. Well, I won't deny it certainly made things a lot easier. But I'll be glad not to see another sacred sword or dragon chosen again in this lifetime, thank you very much. It looks like the keep is secure. The rest of the Varian army has arrived outside as well. The battle is ours. Then it is truly over. Let us go, Taiga. The Cardinal may be slain, but there's much yet to do. I'm guessing there are probably more cutscenes like that for, like, Mute and Shozo. Maybe Bird, Lawrence, and Taiga, because they were all mercenaries together. Oh well, Bird's dead. We routed the Cardinal's men, and I hear that the Herald has defeated the Cardinal. Crazy stuff. I can't believe the Cardinal would just attack the bishops like that. People were saying she'd make a grab for power any day, but... Do you think the war's still on with Rodell, then? I'm deserting if it is. I'm not about to die overseas because of the damn Cardinal. Hey, not so loud. The captain is right there. Ah, crap. Oh, people are coming out. It's the Heralds. Are you sure you wish to do this now? No one would think it any stranger if you decided to rest for the time being. It is a suitably heroic thing to do, isn't it? I wouldn't be able to gather many people no matter what I tried. And at least now a kobold is in attendance to spread my word. If you thought that far ahead, then there is nothing more for me to say. Everyone, please, hearken to the message I will now deliver. As the Herald, it is my duty to maintain peace in Orsia. Thus, it has been for all heralds stretching their backs since the time of Drasus the First. Before you, I bear the Fire Emblem, proof of the dragon's recognition. Ignore the fact that it's broken in half. In victory in battle, proof that the heavens have rebuked the Cardinal. It was my duty as Herald to go before all the nations and offer my guidance. However, on my long journey, I came to discover that it was not overseas where I was needed, but here in Various. The Cardinal had abused the structures of the faith to subvert other nations, putting their citizens, the faithful included, at harm just so that those here could have some small measure of additional gain. The faith teaches that the dragons gave the people magic to better their lives. They did not give magic solely to the people of Various, but to the peoples of all nations and lands. Somewhere along the way, those in power lost their way. Now, as the herald of the dragon's will, I declare that the faith must be separated from the government of Various, and that the tradition of seeking out the herald be ended. The power of the dragons is for the people, and should not be bound to any one nation. If the dragons send us a herald, it shall be one who appears in a time of need, not one who is recognized and appointed by man. Let my words be spread to all corners of the country. The faith and Various are to be intertwined no more. And the epilogue here is the one I got earlier, where pretty much everyone died, so we can just save over that one. Epilogue. And such is my report of what transpired in the final battle. For the time being, aggressions with Various should all but cease. I'd recommend that we focus on rebuilding our own lands, while we seek reparations from whatever new Varian government arises. This much remains to do even after the war is coming to a close. I have to think of a way of absconding my rule without destabilizing Fulga, or I will never be able to do any magic research of my own. Well, let me see those reports for now at any rate. I'll think of something while I peruse the latest complaints. Commander, I have a report to make. As requested, I shadowed the Herald's group through their fight with Eshima. My men investigated the areas where the Cardinal had unsealed the keep. There were indeed references to the book within, but it seems that some of them had already been removed. Do whatever you can to find who learned the information. You must have the book before it falls into the wrong hands. Thy will be done. Could it be the book that Rona took? Another day, another mission. I'm surprised you hired us to guard you. What can I say? Despite her flat character, I miss her conversation. You'll do nicely as a substitute. She decided that she would stay behind for some time, help sort things out. I'm sure things will go easier if they all think I'm still dead. And I doubt I can find much more work in Various after all this. Well, boss, what's our destination? I've been asked that a lot lately. I suppose it doesn't really matter now, does it? Well, that is where you are wrong. After all the fighting has ceased. Only then can people discover all the things that really matter. You're quite the pithy one, too. Well, I suppose there are still one or two worthwhile things to be done. The weather is beautiful today. It has been quite a while since I could really appreciate that. My name for passage? Anything will do. Well, I am not trying to cause you any trouble. Let's just say my name is Tayo. Yes, like the sun. Speaking of which, the weather looks like it will be beautiful today. For once, I am really looking forward to this trip. Aw, Shozo found peace. Some mysteries at the end there. It sounds like there's a bit of a cliffhanger. More to be done in this world, perhaps? I hope so. Really well-written story, overall. Overall, really pleasant experience, but let's see what the endings are like. Shozo, Herald of Shadow. His quest for vengeance finished, Shozo returned to Fulga to live out his retirement as a physician. Some said his talents were wasted, but he seemed to be quite content. Mute, Silencing Sword. Died at Finale, Deliverance. Myron, Mystic Researcher. Upon returning to Fulga, he redoubled his studies into Mage Blight. He was able to devise a medicine that all but eliminated the symptoms and produced a number of magical advancements while doing so. Neat. Cassie, Inheritor of Magic. She moved to Fulga with the other orphaned children after the war. She took on increasingly difficult work to provide for them, eventually becoming the next Archsage as her talents bloomed. Neat. Sage King Borgin and Archsage Laguna. When the two returned to Fulga, Laguna revealed her master plan for Borgin to shirk his duties, which was to produce an heir. The two wed and accomplished that task with frightening speed. Okay. Good to know. Filch, Coy Thief. As a result of her involvement in the war, Filch became very rich. She became an independent merchant and sole supplier to her friend, Anna, and amassed enough influence to create her own harem? Okay. Fair enough. I guess she likes those slim men like Lawrence. Elise, Merciless Mercenary. She bounced from job to job, always spoiling for the next big fight. She eventually met her end in a private clash between nobles, but was said to have died smiling. Okay then. Lorelei, Elegant Entertainer. She returned to her life as a dancer, moonlighting as a mercenary. Though she had met during the war, would occasionally come to visit, and her dance those nights were most popular. Rona, surefire shooter. In the end, she made good on her plans to retire after her last big job. Her gains ran dry in her old age, so she took up work as an archery instructor, which she found to be satisfying enough. That's nice. Ludo, noble errant. He returned to Rodel months later and surprised many by revealing himself to be Lord Conwell's brother. He took over the late Conwell's territories, which became more accepting of Varians as a result. That's nice. Samantha, Sacred Eye. She resumed her service in Walfort as a cleric, regaling her patients with long-winded tales about her journey. She was especially popular among young children. Alto, a Wygar warrior. Alto inherited leadership of the Wygar clan following her return to Rodel. Under her leadership, tales of their strength grew in number, and many hired the Wygars on to fight ever more challenging foes. Chris, Dragon Scholar. She returned to her previous life of exploring old ruins and researching lost magic. Eventually, she would uncover a tome that would change the future of all of Orsia. Interesting. Hartman, White Knight, died at Finale Deliverance. Dietrich, Winter's Embrace. Worried about Northreach, Dietrich rode home as swiftly as possible. He arrived just in time to help quell fights between the various factions, and worked with the new governor to bring peace to the region. Victor, Knight of Rodel. Having seen what could happen if those in power were left unchecked, Victor strove to be a soldier that wouldn't hesitate to correct his superiors. He eventually became Knight Commander. Breanor the Indefeatable. He returned to Rodel and revealed both his survival and his involvement in the events that had transpired. Over time, his efforts in helping rebuild won the people's hearts, and he became Walfort's new magistrate. Nathan, Farsighted Noble. He quickly ascended in influence within the Empire and gained the Emperor's ear. He helped enact legislation to lower Rodel's military presence in favor of infrastructure improvements to stabilize the country. Horus, Wind's Edge. His duty complete, he rejoined his Wyvern Rider brethren in Rodel's army. His stern dedication to his country earned him many decorations, which he tossed into a trunk somewhere. Alright, cool. Carmichael, Loyal Drake. Upon returning to Rodel, he was busy setting up new governors and returning the various territories to order. He would eventually become the commander of the entire Rodelian army. Hato the Adjudicator. The Herald's proclamation did not change his duties much, as the kobolds had not been very politically active. He continued to assist in research of scripture and the protection of senior bishops as needed. Mert, Ordinary Merchant. As he promised, Mert retired as a merchant after the war, and never had anything exciting happen in his life, ever again. It is said that he was a tremendously happy man. Good for Mert. Goro, Mighty Axe. Even after everything was resolved, he had no desire to return to Various, and went back to maintaining his farmland. He would drive bandits away from the village, which prospered as a result. Ira, the Wandering Blade. Ira soon quit her work as a sellsword. she became a swordplay instructor for youths in Rodel, finding fulfillment by furthering the development of swordsmanship in the continent. Thor's Ocean Drifter. He stayed on as a member of Taiga's mercenary company for a little while. Eventually, he saved up enough to buy passage on a ship back to his homeland, taking only his memories. Lawrence, Slumbering Spear. As Taiga's mercenary company resumed normal business, Lawrence realized he could put in less effort if he were simply stronger. He became the greatest spearman in Orsia, so his fights would go easier. Makes sense. Bird, Unmoving Shield. Died at Chapter 19, Will of the Dragons. Unmoving is right. Jesus, 9 speed. Taiga, the Sable Guillotine. Though he resumed his work after the war, he found that old age was catching up to him. He soon decided to retire and instruct others in axe play. It is said that his old colleagues visited him constantly. Yo, the Herald of Light. After issuing her proclamation, Yo disappeared from the pages of history, leaving behind a grim prophecy. In it, she stated that a great evil would soon threaten Orsia, that a clever hero would rise forth to meet it. Intriguing. More sequel hints, I see. Well, I think that was one of the best ROM hacks I've ever played. It has flaws, to be sure. Anything that's developed by a single person is going to have flaws. I mean, obviously other people contributed stuff, but BigMood did most of the heavy lifting on the maps and character design, so, or rather unit design. So, considering that, I think it's really a great piece of work. Does it have some issues? Of course it does, but I'll get into that in the review. But very minor ones in comparison to the overall experience. And since I've been recording for almost 2 hours at this point, I'm going to figure out how to split this up and call it good here. I'm going to revisit this sometime for sure. Thank you for watching, and have a good one.